much for tuning into my video, and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I wanted to talk about a challenge that I face with my natural hair, and I know I can't be the only one out here in this YouTube hair universe with this issue, and I face it every single wash day. It is the challenge of having multiple textures of hair on my one head. Not only that, but I also have different lengths of hair, and that's from the length situation stems from when I had layers. I've had layers for a really long time. I have fine hair, so the layers add volume and fullness and just bounce and body to my hair. So I love my layers. However, it's taken them about 9 or 10 years to grow out, and they still haven't grown out yet. And that's okay too. I love the layers. I don't think my hair is going to grow to one length. But anyhow, that's my challenge of dealing with these multiple textures in my hair. And I can tell you, when I first went chemical free or natural many years ago, I was just focused on being natural. I had no idea that I would face this. And it's not a bad thing. I just had to get to know my hair because, you know, right off the bat, I can tell you, I can't really do a successful wash and go. I can make it happen, and I have made it happen. But I think every natural who does a wash and go has the goal of the end result to be uniform, defined curls, shiny, silky, bouncy, flowy, all of that. But with these different textures, it doesn't quite work out so well. Parts of my hair will be really nice and defined. Others will be frizzy. Parts of it will be shiny. Parts will be dull because the hair is different. And let me tell you, my hair is not changing. If you think your hair is going to change, I don't think it's going to change. And no matter how much I deep condition, I steam it, oil it, moisturize it, pray over it, it's not changing. So my hair is consistent. I can give it that much. And I'm grateful. I am absolutely grateful. I'm more in love with my hair now than I was years ago when I got all of my relaxer cut out. So I love my hair. But I want to show you a style that does work for me. The wash and go doesn't work, but I've got one for you that does. And it's twist outs. When I discovered twist outs, it was like my whole world changed. I didn't really know how many options there were or there are with natural hair because I had just seen so many wash and go videos. And like I said, I think that might be the ultimate goal hairstyle for many naturals. I could be wrong, but I think that's kind of the goal. And my disappointment was really at a high level when I realized, oh, that doesn't look good on me. That doesn't look good on me. When I did my first twist out, I'll link that video here. And I don't know if I can't even remember if I talked about it at the time, but it meant a lot to me because I had evolved and my hair had evolved into something beautiful and wonderful. And I've just been on a twist out roll ever since. All right, so my hair is damp. Actually, I just rinsed out all of my deep conditioner. So as you can see, the different lengths. This up here, and I got my hair trimmed about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's a nice, good, fresh trim. But so I've got this length here. Then I've got this length here. Look at that. That is, can't even estimate how many inches that is. At least 3, right? At least 3. So that's a difference in my hair. And look at the texture of it. This up here, this is coming from my crown. It is much more frizzy. It is much frizzier than this down here. And you can even see some curls down here. This will never look like this. All right, and then let me turn to this side. You see how my curls are much more defined down here? And they're just damp with a little bit of water, the leftover water from when I rinse my hair. But look at the difference of my hair here. And this is my nape area. versus this hair that's coming from my crown. And look at the length difference. I'm going to take a risk and show you the back and hope that you can see the difference there too. So look at the hair down here versus up here, and really everywhere else. My hair in my nape is totally different from my hair everywhere else. So there you have it. This is my natural hair. And I do have some very big flakes in here that you may see. I have dermatitis as well. So I get flakes when I go too long in between wash days, but that is not the focus of this video. But my hair feels really good. I will go ahead and start styling my flat twist out. Products that I use for this wash and go are from the Paige Marie collection. If you have fine hair, you happen to be watching this video, I love products from the Paige Marie beauty brand. They specialize in products for fine and thin hair. They work for all hair types, but they're specially formulated for fine and thin hair. So I'm going to get started with my flat twist out, which is absolutely my style of choice. And I'll put a few in and just kind of talk to you along the way. Now, setting my flat twist with a styler really ensures I will get a uniform pattern from root to tip. And also, when you're doing your flat twist, make sure you brush your hair really well, either brush it or comb it, and make sure that it is as smooth as you can get it and you don't have any tangles in it. Also, I prefer flat twists versus two-strand twists because the flat twists just allow a better, more fuller and consistent look. Now, my experience with two-strand twists, they draw more attention to my layers because my hair is shorter up top. So those twists, those two-strand twists, when they dry, they're going to dry shorter. There's just no way for them to be elongated. I've even tried to stretch them out at night using the banding method, and that only lasts, my hair only stays stretched, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, if that long, and then it just kind of shrinks back up to where it wants to fall. That's why I do flat twist outs versus two-strand twist outs. The style just comes out more consistent with those two-strand twists. Trust me, it looks like I have a mullet at some point in the day. So kind of short up top and hanging down in the bottom, and it's not cute. And you'll see after I put in this flat twist that I use perm rods on my ends. You may not have to, but use them if necessary. If your hair just won't curl up at all, then of course you'll want to use a perm rod. It won't hurt at all. And oftentimes I'll use end wraps, the little white sheets of paper called end wraps. I'll use those with my perm rods. I decided not to use any on this one. I've got a fresh trim, and I probably could have gotten away with not using the perm rods at all, but for the purpose of the video, to really just emphasize that you want to get a consistent look on those ends, I use the perm rods. all of my flat twists are in, and I'm just dabbing off some excess product because admittedly, I think I got a little carried away. So I'm getting some of that off. And I just have to make sure it dries completely before I take these out. And let me just, this one is a little long, so I'm gonna roll this one up a little bit more. I'm gonna sit up under the dryer for a little while because it is really late at night. It's almost 1 a.m. on a Friday night. And I don't have to get up in the morning, so I'll sit up under the dryer and then just let it air dry the rest of the way. And then in the morning, if it's still not dry enough, I'll sit up under the dryer some more. But let me give you a 360. So flat twist, easy as that. And I will show you a little bit of the takedown once they're all dry. All right, friends, so as you can see, this is my final result. I really like it. Let me give you a 360 just so you can see. So you can see the consistency of the fullness throughout, and that's the benefit of doing this flat twist out. So my shorter hair doesn't separate awkwardly from my longer hair, you know what I mean? And the pattern throughout is consistent, which is another perk. That's why I did the flat twist. This would not have happened with a wash and go, never in a million years, not for my hair. The only way I'll say your not your curl pattern, but your pattern will be different is if you vary the size of your flat twists. So if you have some that are skinnier and some that are chunkier, naturally the pattern will be different. But otherwise you should get a really nice uniform style. My ends look really good, and that's because of the perm rods. My hair in the front, as you saw, it just doesn't curl. It just does not curl. I normally have to kind of scrunch it when it's wet in an attempt to get it to curl up. Even on the ends, it just kind of crinkles. It does not curl, it crinkles, but my ends are consistent. That's from the perm rods. So these are just tricks that little tips rather, that I have figured out that work best for my hair. And I'm happy. Maintenance on this flat twist out style is also really easy. I just take a silk or satin line scrunchie, pull all of my hair up to the crown, and put this on. That's called a pineapple. I'm sure you've heard of that, but I just put my hair in a pineapple at night with a scrunchie. I don't loop it around to make it tight. I just put it on one time. And in the morning, I put my bonnet on at night. I take my bonnet off in the morning and take the scrunchie off and just shake my hair into place. It's that simple. Now, by day 3 or 4, it may not be that easy. I may have to situate my hair a little bit after taking my scrunchie off in the morning, but otherwise this is a low maintenance, no fuss hairstyle, and I don't have to do anything to it. I didn't put any gel on my edges. I mean, it's just perfect. This is my type of style. Having fine hair as well as different lengths and patterns, I just try not to do too much to it. So this twist out style helps. I did fluff this side just a little bit to give it a little bit of volume. It was just a little flat, although I could have very well left it alone. If you do decide to pick your hair out to give it a little volume, another tip, go under your hair and just get those roots. You really just want to pull the roots out a little bit, so that way you preserve the texture on top. If you go, sideways or, horizontal or vertical, from the, just on the hair itself, it's going to disturb the pattern that you took so much time and love to create in your hair. So always just go under and fluff out a little bit so the curls on top stay flawless. But that's it. I plan to showcase another style that I use to camouflage my textures and length. So be sure to stay tuned for my very next video. Turn on your notifications so that you don't miss it. Until next time, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and keep it naturally corporate.